Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is the Beard of Sand again. It's been a minute. We're doing StarCraft 2, Bring the Salt, Episode 10. But right before we get into that, I'm going to give a little shout out to some of my sponsors that I got. We got MetaThreads, Scuff Gaming Controllers, DX Racer, Steel Series, G Fuel, Artesian Builds. Below, there's going to be some links so you can get some awesome gaming gear. And there's also going to be codes down there as well so that you can get discounts. We're going to get right into this. Alright, so in the top left, Purple Terran, Bearded Sane, obviously that's me. And then in the bottom right of the map, we got the Zerg player, Thorson. We're going to put it on my view so that you guys can see what's going on, and we're going to put it on panels. So, as of lately, I like to send out an early SCV. Why do I do this? So I can get the salt going, the salt flowing.
SCV ready.
Let's go! So he's making his way across the map
Ready.
on his long venture to see what the Zerg's up to. I also like to do this just so that I know if they're sending out, like, sending out an early SCV can hurt you, but it can also help you a lot. So you'd see drone rushing right now, you would see if they're expanding or not. There's a lot of tells that you can get from sending out an early SCV. I'd rather take the minor lost mining time so that I know if I'm being cheesed or not. But I'm not being cheesed right now. He's trying to expand, and he's just derping with his drone, not paying any attention to it. Meanwhile, I'm back here just building my racks, making them SCVs, and he makes an extractor, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna act like I'm living, and then I'm gonna go back in. No expansion for you today. Not today, fucker. And he's like, GG, well played. And he's like, Raffle. He's like, roll over laughing. He's like, you lose. So, to put this into context a little bit, right here is the moment that I block him, like, communication, so I don't see what he's talking about in the chat at all throughout the entire game. The reason that I do this is because chat to me can be very distracting. If I'm looking at chat, I'm not looking at what I'm supposed to be doing on the minimap. They try to use chat as a distraction to mess you up, so do not let them use that tactic on you.
SCV ready.
I get my racks up, I'm going to make a Reaper first, and then I'm going to expand on the low ground. Why? Because I'm a ballsy motherfucker. And he's like, okay, I'm going to proxy hatch you. Yes, this is very annoying, guys, for them to do this. But if he's going to do it, he should have already been done it, okay? So, it's late and very ineffective.
Our command center's been upgraded.
So I pull, how many workers is this? 8 workers, okay. 8 workers, I'll send, and I'm like, that's too many, so I send 3 back. So, this is only going to be 5 workers. And then I use the Reaper that's about to pop out to try and deny this.
The Grim Reaper has arrived.
So this is a note to myself. Only pull 5 workers, because it's funny.
Oh, they're after the SCVs.
Boy, SCV ready.
Fortunately, I lose SCV in his main, but it's whatever. I tried to deny that by hatch, by hold positioning block, but wasn't fast enough. But proxy hatch 9. So we're in a good spot right now. What we got going on over here? Very late expansion. Very, very late. So I'll send my Reaper out, because I want to see what's coming next.
Add-ons good to go.
kind of already know what's coming next because of the way I'm reacting. I'm like, okay, what can he do right now to really put the hurt on me? And that would be an all-in with Zerg. An all-in roach with Zerg. I'm like, okay, there's the roaches. I'm like, oh shit, I don't have anything up yet, but I'm making a cyclone.
Our command center's been upgraded.
My next move is right now is to put a tech lab on the Rex so I can get a Marauder if I have time to. And I'm just being annoying with the Reaper. I'm trying to like get a couple hit points here and there off the roaches. Every bit matters right now. I got my cyclone now, and I got a second one on the way.
Add-on complete.
SCV ready.
So, something for you Zerg players. Probably shouldn't be telling you this because I fucking hate Zerg, but if you send an Overlord up in this area as you're doing this attack, it's a possibility that it will interfere with the AI of the Cyclone. Nobody wants their Cyclone to be locked on to an Overlord while being attacked with Roach Ravagers, okay? Just saying. But I get a nice lock onto this Ravager because I went out there and I pull back. Normally they will pull back this and try and save it, but then that's when you scoot forward a little bit. I get the lock on there, which is really good for slowing down a splash. And then I get the repair off. I'm making Cyclone Hellion right now.
Our base is under attack.
I get the lock on again, and I got the Hellion. Get another pick. Feeling real good right now. Now I got two Cyclones out. There's no way he can do anything right now. He did get a lucky mile there, but it don't matter because I got repairs. Pretty much all in, swatted away. I swatted them bugs.
Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be a little greedy because of what he did. I'm gonna take a third right away because I got the money. Why not?
SCV ready.
He's back here on two bases. You know, since the beginning of time, well, beginning of StarCraft 2 time, they always say Zerg is supposed to be one base ahead of you. Always. And this is very true.
SCV ready.
So if I get away with this, it ain't gonna be pretty.
Optics on SCV ready to go kill something. Ready to raise some hell. SCV ready.
So I sent out a Marine to see like if he's gonna do like what other kind of attacks he's gonna do. And I'm kind of hoping right now that he sends his whole army towards my Marine. And he kind of does. But then he realizes, like, oh, if I do that, my armor's going to be way out of position. Don't want that to happen. So he just sends a single thing out. And I got my Cyclone Hellion attack. I'm trying to see what I can or can't get done.
Systems go.
Can't get too much done right now, which is fine. And the Marine's just sitting there, just having a field day. He's like, oh yeah, I get to do something this game.
Our command center's been upgraded.
I'm just keep on making them SCVs, making I made a Siege Sink, and I'm making a Banshee right now. Why am I making a Banshee? Because they're a great counter to Ravager. If you micro the Banshee, they cannot do anything about it. And the Marine, he found all the good Overlords. So now I'm making a couple Thors. The reason why I'm making Thors right now, guys, is because Mutas, obviously, so I make 2 Thors. And I can thank Darkson for the tip on that. Like, you don't need to make more than 2 to 4 Thors.
SCV ready.
And there was a little friendly fire on the Marine that went out and like found all the overlords. So I was thinking that was a changeling. I was like, man, where's this Marine coming from right now? And I was like, oh man, I just killed my own Marine. But it don't matter because
Thor is here.
I guess another SCV.
Thor is here.
It really doesn't matter because I'm going back. Here comes the Banshee. Banshee's a little harass tool slash scouting. It's like, I get to see, is he going Muse right now? Like, no, he's going lots of Lings and lots of Ravagers. Like I said, Ravager's useless if you micro the Banshee. And just send him home, because I know what kind of army he has now.
SCV ready.
Oh, got +1, I got my Rocket Barrage and my Blue Flame Igniter on the way. Because my entire focus on this game is Cyclone Hellion.
SCV ready. SCV ready.
I'm like, okay, I got a Thor and a Medevac, let's go. Let's see what we can make happen with that. Something that you Terran players can do is when you're doing your Thor drop.
Ready to raise some hell.
If you think you have the army to do it,
Research complete.
you can send the Thor somewhere and then get your army, your main army in position. Siege up on him.
Add-on complete.
That way he doesn't have time to react because he's gonna be looking at that Thor. Find his fourth
That
base.
mineral cluster's mine now.
Oh, I don't ever lose the
Looks
Thor.
like that research is done.
Don't lose the Thor.
Upgrade complete. Mineral cluster
I repeat,
depleted.
don't lose the Thor, guys, if you're doing these plays. If you lose the Thor, it's not good. So I find out that he's taking the 4, so I decide I want to go over here. He's got a lot of Lings, but I got a lot of Blue Flame Hellions as well, so I'm not too worried about the Lings.
Ready to raise some hell.
If you micro it correctly, the battles are useless. Little micro battle going on here. You can always hot pick up your stuff. So like I pick up the Thor that's weak, I put him in the back. And I take out this 4th. That was a very convincing fight from me. And as you see, I still got more Thors going. I still got my upgrades going. I should have SCVs going right now, but I don't. There we go. There's a couple. And like I said earlier, I have them blocked. So he's like, what the fuck is the counter? I don't see this, but he's asking, how do I stop this? There's a bunch of ways they can stop it. I will tell you right now,
Mineral cluster.
I denied his 4th base again, which is real nice, but I'll tell you guys right now, lurkers are very, very annoying. They're not gonna kill me, but they'll buy you a lot of time to get what you need. You need to get Vipers, and you need a Hydra. You gotta get Vipers to pull into the Hydras, and then the Hydras just fuck everything up. Or you can do Blinding Cloud Roach. Like either way.
Ready to raise some hell.
Mech has trouble against
Upgrade
both
complete.
those combinations. I see he's trying to take his 4th again.
That mineral cluster's
I'm gonna
mined
move
out.
down there and I'm gonna be like, no. No, bro. Not letting that happen. I don't really want to engage his army right now because this is still a really big army. Like, this is kind of a scary army, to be honest.
Engine screaming.
SCV ready.
So what I'd like to do
Now
when I'm
we'll
in this
have more
situation
supply
where I don't
or
want to
not.
engage him, I'd like to keep him roaming on the map. Keep map presence. Make sure that they're not on my side of the map. And I get in a situation here that's not that great because the weakness of mech is this. There is no retreat. When the Zerg player decides that they want to fight you, that's it. You're in a fight. You can't run from it. We're not playing bio here. Mech is you have to take the fight. I'm like, okay, siege up. Save the Thors. That Thor that I saved, he got an extra 2 shots in because I hot picked him up. And I'm like, okay, this is a really good engagement for me. And these are not BM mules, by the way. These are repair mules.
Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
I'm not really paying too much attention to what's going on in the fight right now because it's like I thought I won the fight right here. So I go back, macro up a little bit, and then this happens. Not looking,
Enemy contact.
macroing. I'm like, oh shit! This did not just happen. So I'm in a really, really bad situation right here. And just to show you guys what exactly happened is this. I'll show you from his view. I didn't realize that this was here. I scanned and killed like 4, and I'm like, okay, I guess I killed them all.
Systems go.
Wasn't really paying too much mind to it.
Under attack. Nice strategy.
So what he does, this is actually a pretty good move on his part.
So much for your creep. Mineral field depleted.
Because he uses all these swarm
Your
hosts.
drones are under attack. Talk about BM.
And then once these swarm hosts pop,
Your creep tumor's under attack.
sends his main army
Nice
in.
strategy.
So this is a really good surround on his part. So like I said, the situation I'm in right now, pretty shitty. But what you have to do as Terran is you have to make the most of it. You have to kill as many units as possible. Yeah, you're not coming out on top on this fight, but you have to kill as many Hydralisks as possible. That's what I do. Slow it down so you guys can see it. Like, okay, let's get a couple kills. Focus them down. Focus them down. Kill the Ravager. Get another one. It's like you just gotta pick off units. So if I didn't pick off those units, this would be a little bit worse because he'd have about like 4 or 5 more Hydras, and he'd probably be able to kill me right now. Because right now, as the Terran player, I have 3 Hellions and 2 Cyclones, but I have the worker count on this guy because I've been denying this guy's 4th base the entire game, which is really awesome.
Mineral. Hey, lay off my SCVs, you jerk!
He tries to do a push, but I'm making a bunch of Hellions right now. I am keeping up on upgrades as best as possible, and these SCVs that are in the middle map, you guys are probably like, why are there SCVs in the middle map? Those were heading the repair of my mech army.
Oh, they're after the SCVs.
Fueled up, ready to go.
I was like, okay, well, those just got sacrificed. They didn't make it to the party in time.
Upgrade complete.
Ready to raise some SCV ready.
Hey, lay off my SCVs, you
Little
jerk!
tip for you Terran players: if they're going mass Hydras and you're in a situation like this,
Oh, they're after the
Hellions are a
SCVs.
great counter to them. They not only do they deal with the Hydras really well because they're light, they deal with the Lings really well too. It's pretty much all he has right now is the Hydralisks.
Nope, can't build there.
This is a little annoying. He denies my my 4th placement, my 4th base placement. So I'm like, okay, I'll just build it out of place, I guess.
Thor is here. That
And
mineral cluster.
like I said earlier, you always, this is something I said at the beginning of the game. I'm like, what can he do to kill me right now? And it's Roach, Ravager all in. What can he do to kill me right now at this point in the game? That would be Broodlords or Vipers. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to get some air. I'm going to get some air units. Make some Vikings.
Thor is here.
That's what you always have to be thinking to yourself to win games. You have to be like, what can kill me right now? Sucks that the store is getting picked off right here,
Speed
but
guys is tapped out.
whatever. It's all Hellions. Like I said, they do really well against the Hydras. Dodge the vials. or the biles, or whatever.
Depleted that mineral cluster.
Corrosive bile. Yeah, make sure you
That
always
mineral
dodge
cluster's
those.
mined out.
No need to give them damage.
Raise some hell.
When these pop out, I'm like, okay, I'll just run away.
Depleted that mineral cluster.
Little trick for you guys as well that I can show you guys. If you have a bunch of idle workers like this, easiest way to get a hold of all your workers. You can use you can either use this by like clicking it a bunch of times like this, or you can do what I do. I hit shift and I hold down F1 and it does that. And then that selects all my idle workers, and then I go send them to mine over here.
Ready to plunder.
Pretty cool, huh?
Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
Mineral cluster depleted.
Optics online. Let's go kill something.
Add-ons good
Ready
to
to
go.
raise some hell.
I need to reactor this. No, Darkstone's telling me that. I always forget that last reactor, or the last factory. Forget to put a reactor in that thing.
Ready to systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
That was a little lazy of me not to fix that, but I'd rather than be mining than like running back into the other base.
Cyclone ready for action. Ready to raise some hell.
Minerals aren't really that important to me right now anyways. It's the gas that I need. I need more gas geysers. But I'm almost maxed out. He's almost maxed out. I get my siege up, I got my Vikings.
Ready to plunder.
Got the anti Stormhost army going on here.
Go kill something.
Ready to plunder.
Lots of siege tanks, lots of Thors, lots of Hellions, lots of everything.
Cyclone
That mineral cluster's mined out.
optics online. Let's go kill
He's like, seriously? What is this? He's like, there's no counter. It's like, fuck you. No, bro, fuck you. And he's like, easy mode. And remember at the beginning of the game I said, I don't see any of us today sniping. Okay, so I don't know what he's saying.
Ready to plunder. Ready to plunder. Ready to plunder.
Ready to raise.
My call down mules, these can be considered BM mules at this point, but I always use them for repairs
Systems
anyways.
go. Cyclone ready for action.
I'm gonna take out a third base. And I'm trying to be really careful here because Thors, or not Thors, but Ultralisk can be a problem. So like, I don't have very many Thors to counter that right now. Don't want to be overrun by a bunch of Thors and then just like, go kill me. You know what I mean?
Ready to plunder.
Get the siege up, land the Vikings, because that's added DPS. And I'm like, easy peasy. And he's like, seriously. I'm saying easy peasy to him because of what he told me in the beginning of the game. He called GG that he already won the game at the beginning of the game, so I'm throwing that BM right back at him.
Ready to plunder. Ready to plunder.
He's like, yes! And I'm like, lemon squeezy. It's like, thanks for saying it. Like, he thinks I'm actually talking to him right now, but I'm not. I'm just throwing BM out.
Ready to plunder.
It's like, and then he goes, turn equals easy mode for dum-dums, and he spams it. I'm like, oh my god. When I saw this dude, I fucking almost died laughing. He is so salty. This is absolutely the
Our
most
command
salt
center's been upgraded.
that I've ever seen in a game of StarCraft.
That mineral cluster's mined out.
And he's like, you love unfair advantages.
Lay
There
off
was
my
no unfair
SCVs,
advantage.
You jerk.
And he calls me
Optics
coward.
online. Let's go kill something.
Sounds like somebody I know from Dragon Ball Z. Sounds like
Systems
Frieza.
go. Cyclone ready
He
for
doesn't
action.
have the strength to back it up, but he sure can trash talk. He tries to put people down. That's a Frieza tactic there. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this game. And you know what I have to say to this Zerg player? Come at me, bro.